I try to smile, and it always makes me look serious or that I'm mad or something. Anyway, this is George Senda, the real, official, authentic, original. Excuse me, the one, the only, the guy from Pittsburgh. Upset, no choosy YouTube commentators, imposters, trolls, or trolls who ride kitty scooters with the kitty stuffed into a basket. All right, this is live Burgh unboxing. I've already taken out the stuff. Um, so someone sent me this for Kathy for her birthday. It's in June, but this is a kitty purse. It's got a strap to it. The kitty is on the front. The ears, the sides of the purse are the ears. This has a zipper. This is by a company named Cuisinique, and they're on Amazon. So I'll have to salt this with some money, because you always put money in a wallet or a purse when you give someone a purse. But I think it's very cute, and Kathy will like that. And then I got, where the hell did I put them? In that box was 3 cans of Hormel beef tamales. They're a bit spicy. I ate one already. And then in a separate package, I got my book here. This is something I bought. This is The Films, The Friendship, and the Forging of an American Hero. Wayne and Ford. John Wayne, John Ford. And this is by Nancy Schoenberger. And they got the usual picture, except the one I've never seen before. Ford directing Duke and the set of Liberty Valance. So, doesn't have many pictures and the usual things, Monument Valley and all that. There's one here from State. There's one with, she wore a yellow ribbon in 1949 with, So I'm looking forward to reading this. Threw out a bunch of recycling today, threw out a bunch of garbage, did rack of dishes, and got attacked repeatedly in my game I'm playing. So that's what delayed this half an hour. I had to wait till I could bring my troops and my hero back and escape. So I hope you're all having a good Mother's Day, and I got to talk to Adam about something privately that I got told today. That's very disturbing. So that's what's going on. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Now, it's amazing. Last I remember looking at the clock, it was 2 o'clock. Now it's 4:30. I might spend half an hour to 45 minutes at best, because my body is crying for nap, and then I got to go feed the kitties. It's very windy and cold out there. I'd turn the fans off. Even though it's a bright, sunny day, I went to open the door so little girl could come in. Fluffy's sleeping in the bedroom. I don't know where Fuzzy is. She was here, but it's chilly out there. So now let me click on this thing and see if I can see the chat on my way to do that. Oh, I know what I gotta do. I click on that. Keep forgetting. There we go. Oh wow, 2 whole people are watching. I'm just, 2 whole people are watching. I'm speechless. That's what I am. I don't know what the hell to say. So, well, I couldn't figure out. Look, I love Civilization 3. Civilization 3 complete on the Mac. That's my favorite Civilization. I got to get an older Mac again so I can play it. But then they changed Civilization to 4 and 5, and no matter what I did to protect my city, barbarians killed the crap out of me, so I gave up. And there is the rumored thing that a French company is going to come out next year with an all-new Diablo 2. The developers, stupidly, of Diablo 2 did not save the game programming, and they claim it's impossible to make a Diablo 2, but apparently these guys said that they're Gonna come out with an all new Diablo 2, and I'll be very excited. I love Diablo 2. I never finished Diablo 3, and it took me a long time to finish Diablo. I did not like StarCraft. I did not like Minecraft. I didn't like those at all. I played a lot of Command and Conquer a long time ago. Now, what's going on with this? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I got to one point in Diablo 2 and I couldn't defeat the monster and I gave up. So, and then the other thing, after a certain point, Blizzard won't support Diablo 2. I used to be able to call them, and I can't figure out how to call them now. I think you can play a demo game on the Mac, but that's not the same. So they revamped these games. I watched Pizzaveri in Australia, and he said there was a Star Wars game, and the Star Wars 2 was great, and the Star Wars 3 sucked. Every time they try to correct the game, they screw it up. So, all right, now I can see the chat. I play Mobile Strike. I play Final Fantasy 15, 16, 17, 22, whatever the hell it is, and a game called Dominations. Of all of them, the Dominations is the best because you're not being pounded on by one guy. I had one guy hit my city 137 times in a row, and that should not be allowed in the game. And that you get points for beating up other people and stealing their resources and killing their troops. And you get that in Dominations, but you pick on one city and you get one attack. And it's random. You don't know what city you're hitting. They give you a city on the screen. You can choose to attack it, or you can pay 300 gold and move to another city if it's too strong. I much prefer that. There's a lot of bullies in those games, in Mobile Strike and in Final Fantasy. I'm only playing it to keep them going stark raving mad in here. Oh, there she is. How is Sheba? I'm very worried about sweet little Sheba. And how is Muffy? And how are you and Grandpa Sheba doing? I am worried about the kitty. She may have pancreatitis, and I don't want the beautiful sweet little kitty to die or be sicker than she is. She was eating the other day. Oh, yay! I am so happy to hear that. And if you like cats, you should subscribe to her channel as I do, because she has very cute and sweet kitty cats. And they're silly. They like to do things that none of my cats have ever liked. They like to hide under blankets. All my cats get frightened of blankets. And I've had 24 cats. They like to lie next to me on the blanket, but they don't like going under the blanket. Her kitties will hide. They're camera shy, for one thing. They like being in their blanket cave, their blankie cave. Uh-oh. I just lost the screen here. And they're very cute. And she hasn't done a Bat Cat video for a long time. Hello, Janice. And I unblocked somebody who kept complaining about Phil something or whatever his name was. I don't remember. Oh, I got something else to do. Hold on. Where's my mouse pad? I got the iPad sitting on it. Hold on a minute. I got to make an announcement here. Where is the announcement? Hold on. Got to find it. And put it on here. And now, of course, when I need to find a note, I can't find it. Never fails. Hold on. Is it? Nope, that ain't it. That ain't it. Is it? Oh, here we go. I got some new subscribers. Curado Espada, Rage Mode Cease, Veronica Slomka, and Deanna Mikesell. So welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. Click on the like, click on the bell notification, and tell your friends. Thank you for subscribing. Very appreciated. And by the way, I'm up to 1,589 subscribers. Oh, there's one Mike Mouse review. So I got another. And don't give me any crap, but I get a check every month. Or, you know, that garbage. All right, we don't mention the Legion on this channel. It's not allowed. So I will remove that comment, Mighty Mouse, even though you were subscribed. I don't have any issue with Jason Callan, but his Legion have been very, very rude to me and engage in troll activities. So I don't mention, that's not allowed on this channel. So you've been notified. And by the way, the technical count for my views has now reached 960,000. It's for Kathy, my girlfriend. She has 2 black cats. See? It's kitty cats. Not for me. I carry computer bags. Carry my laptop and my iPad in it. Need a word to describe my fans. Depends which fans they are. Some are very loyal, some are very disloyal. Some are apathetic, some never say a word or write a message. I got a lot of subscribers I've never heard from. But they're there. No, I didn't do that. One of my fans sent this for Kathy and tamales. This is a cute purse. And she sent another bag last month, you may remember. So there's 2 bags. The one thing Kathy wants right now, and I found one in San Francisco, I got to talk to her about that later, but is a Nintendo Switch. She can play Pokemon, but they're going for $400 and $500. I saw one guy listed on somewhere on eBay for like $11,000. So insane. They shouldn't allow that kind of stuff for a $300 machine. So that's price gouging. That, you know, but because everybody's locked up, they all want to play on a Nintendo. Kitty coffee cup. Yeah, it all comes to me. Because sometimes I go out of the house, I prefer the stuff to be sent to my P.O. box. Hold on. And I've had people steal stuff like my mail mix bag. Oh, God damn it, that doesn't work. Hold on. Oh, yeah, she drinks coffee. And it's so cute. And I told her when we get the car fixed, I want to come over. But the other thing, your 2 cats, Caesar and Cleo, who keep meowing when I'm on the phone with her, they keep meowing at her. Well, Caesar now pays attention. I was talking to him on the phone. Hello, Caesar, you are a beautiful boy, a handsome boy. And he meowed back. He knows he's being talked to, which is very cute. Cleo doesn't. But Caesar sits there and meows and meows. So, yeah, kitty coffee. Sounds funny. And I like those little spoons I was sent. Those big spoons are huge. You could have a homeless family live in them. So, yeah, that's cool. I don't know how you got a starling, though. That's kind of surprising. That's like getting a grackle or something. Oh, I don't think grackles talk. I know starlings will talk. There was a crow on the lawn today. He was talking away. Kathy doesn't like the crow noise. I do, but then I do a lot of reading, you know. So, of course, having cats, I couldn't have a bird. I like birds. And one of my subscribers said, well, maybe they took no stimulus check. They took your check out for the student loan. And I said, no, because the government official in charge that suspended all attempts to collect student loans, back money, or anything else for the duration of the epidemic, so of the pandemic. Hello, Monet. How you doing? Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Junior, that's a cute name. What does he say? Yeah, well, I think Donald Trump has what's that word? Locked down my stimulus check. I will lock down my vote in November if I don't get my stimulus check. I am not happy about this at all. We need to fix our car so we can go out for a while. Don't go and stir crazy. And there's an article in the LA Times that attacks Governor Gavin Newsom. He said he predicted we were going to have 25,000 people get COVID-19 and thousands to be dead, and there's like been 3,000 deaths in California. So there was no, this guy's claiming there was no need to lock down the whole state. I think he's wrong. Kissy kiss and kisses. Oh, that's cute. You should put him on YouTube. Do a little YouTube channel with your bird. Yeah, Newsom's stay at home was not worth a $54 million deficit. Yeah, lots of debts. Well, New York is because of the subways and buses, partly. New Jersey, I don't know. I know Teaneck is infested. They had a video of this action kid on YouTube. Watch his stuff. He walks through New York City, and he did a video this morning. It was very stirring. A whole block of apartment buildings were cheering and making noises and clapping for the first responders. And I was at the coin dealer the other day paying my loan interest, that is. I wish I could pay the loans off. And an ambulance went by me, and I gave them the thumbs up, and they smiled, and they gave me one back. So I have had times where my bronchitis gets so bad I can't get air, and I've had to call the ambulance. They've had to take me to the hospital. So without ambulances and doctors and nurses at the ER, I wouldn't be alive today. So I'm very grateful. Now, it goes back to when I got sick at 5 and had pneumonia. By all accounts, I should have died. I was pronounced dead when I got there. I came back. You left your house the second time in 8 weeks. You had no food. You had this giant hoarding stockpile of food, and toilet paper, and Lysol, and cleanser, and cleaning products. You didn't have. Did you sense this and decided never to go out to get groceries? Because if you're the only person. There's only one. There's a guy doing YouTube videos. He claims he's never left the house either. Your partner did shoring. Oh, your partner shored up the foundation, huh? Oh, okay. I'm just teasing. I've done a little bit of carpentry in my time. That's the first thing I think of. Huh? Got to shore up the foundation so the groceries don't roll downhill. Even I, as much as I love John Wayne, I'm getting a little tired of rewatching John Wayne, so that's why I'll be glad to read this book tonight, if I can stay awake long enough. I was looking at my videos the other day, not watching them, but just going down my list, the over 4,000, and I realized that, 3 months ago we were normal. I went to UFOCon, there were people there. No, I don't watch 60 Minutes. I don't watch CBS, one of the fake news networks and the liberal news networks. So I don't watch them. I don't watch ABC. I watch the local ABC stuff for the news and weather and stuff like that. But I don't watch the network news. Haven't in years. Even Fox gets to me, and they got Chris Wallace on. He interviewed Mnuchin, and that was a crock. And nowhere did Chris Wallace, one thing that irritated the hell out of me, nowhere in that interview he asked Mnuchin about what are going to get individual stimulus checks to come out. Thank you, Hinamura84. Welcome. Introduced from the Onion. Yeah, the Onion is funny, but they used to distribute those in San Francisco news racks. I don't know if they still do that or not anymore. Before the virus, I have an Onion book in my shelf. Very funny, with selected articles. But I really don't have much to say. See, I had a horrible dream last night. This is getting to me. Kathy has nightmares too with this. I dreamt all my past kitties, including my beloved Cuddlebug that a boarding place in San Francisco gave away. I paid my payments every week, $100 a week for 2 cats. Went to pick him up, and they said, we thought you didn't want him anymore. They gave him away, and they refused to give him back to me. I still miss him very much. I had him 11 years, and I dreamt that all my kitties, dead, missing, 2 were murdered by 2 8-year-old monsters, and they threw them over a fence to a Rottweiler. I dreamt they were all on this roof, and I couldn't get on the roof to feed them, and they were all crying at me for food and for escape, and I woke up sobbing today, so that was horrible. So it's getting to me to be locked in here, and I worry about what would happen if I got ill or Kathy got ill. What would happen to our kitties? What would happen to my outside kitties? I love all the kitties. And one mean-spirited jerk said, this guy does videos on real estate, and he said, get rid of the cats, they're a waste of money. And everybody dumped all over him, so. But I had to move in a hurry. I had lost 60 pounds, and my apartment manager, after going through every woman in the complex, he started going after guys. Came home from a visit to my mother. My front door was broken into, and he said, oh, yeah, I had to break in to turn off the water. You left the water running. Well, at the time I was working as a person for Service Master, but I've done enough mopping of floors. I don't leave water running. And all he had to do was slide the window open. And he put his hand on my behind and said, you're looking real nice. You've lost all this weight. I'm going to come in at gunpoint and have sex with you. And that's when I said, no, and I moved. That's when my mother refused to let my cats move in with her until I got a job, and then until I got an apartment. So that's how I lost my beloved Cuddlebug. I had my monkey cat, a little one, and they called him Monkey. He climbed on everything. But I still miss my Cuddlebug. I miss all my babies that aren't here anymore, and Kathy's too. I don't have cable, and the other iPad, this one, was set up for DirecTV Now or whatever they're calling it this week on AT&T, and I could watch television on this. And as soon as I get this repaired or figure out from AT&T what they're calling it, I'm a grandfathered member at $35 a month. I got to figure out, put it on this iPad, and I want this one so I can watch something and play a game or talk to somebody or on Google Hangouts and then watch whatever I want to watch. I need this one repaired. Of course, my other one was stolen. And if you wish to support this channel, you can leave Super Chat donations. And they take 30% of that money out as their fee, which is outrageous. So, what are you all doing, or what did you do? It's 9 minutes to 5. About 4 o'clock every day, my body usually says, nap time, nap time, nap time, and I start involuntarily passing out, so I apologize. The other night I slept after it was 93 degrees here. I thought it was 89. It was actually got to 93 when I did 2 live broadcasts. I was so sore for 2 days. sitting in the chair. Went to sleep for like 4 hours or 5 hours, and then woke up in the middle of the night and went to the bathroom, had something to eat, and my body started going like, and it said, "You must lie down now." And I slept for another 4 hours. So, what did you do today, people? Um, yeah, you know, when you're 68, you need naps. I don't know what younger people do, but I didn't need naps when I was 25. Kathy takes naps all the time. And she's 62 or 64. I can't remember which. Yeah, I know you're having a winter storm there in May. Sheba and Muffy must hate it. I know Sheba loves to go out and play on the grass and sit on her patio. It's so cute. She has a whole tent for her, like a little tent city, and it's got like mosquito netting built in, and she just loves to sit in that tent and enjoy the sun. But she hates it when it rains. She hates it when it snows. I don't know what the poor birds are doing when it gets super cold. I know other people. Someone in New Jersey said it's snowing there too. So, and Lucky Farrell's, it's probably snowing. Thank God, Hydrox has his own heated. Hydrox the cat has his heated cat house. Yeah, there was an article somewhere I read. If you don't get a stimulus on Wednesday, you'll have to wait till September. And I'm going like, I would like to know why they have the IRS send this out. Why don't they get someone like automatic data processing that send it out that does payroll, or even the wild thing, Publishers Clearinghouse just show up. They would bring you balloons and a cake and ice cream. You could have a party all by yourself. Or get J.G. Wentworth of the Vikings in the bus to bring your check. You know, we need the check and we need it now. J.G. Wentworth. You know, bring that guy. Somebody, but not the IRS, who has thoroughly screwed this up. Well, it looks like a dome to me. It's out on the patio, out on the deck. I know the kiddies love it, or at least Sheba does. And her kitties Zoom at night. She does these like almost infrared videos where she films them running around at night while everybody's sleeping, and then they wake her up. Watching Lisa talk about the cats. It's an adventure. And she goes to stores and films their shopping. So it's fun. And Grandpa used to give the kitties rides. They took a cardboard box, they put a string in it, and the kitties would have their train rides. They would sit in the box, and he'd pull them along the carpet. That was something I really loved to watch. And they loved their toys. And they have tunnels and a cardboard cat tree and all kinds of stuff. It's fun to watch these two cats because they're senior kitties, but they've had health issues. So I tell everybody, watch Sheba and Muffy and etc. because they're cute babies. I love kitty videos anyway. And there's this dog, I can't remember the name of the dog right now, this little dachshund. There's two dachshunds, and these people live in a farm in Denmark or something, and the dachshund loves the duckies and the baby ducks and the geese. And the one dachshund will sit at the gate, and anybody that comes to the gate, it protects the gate. It starts growling, and but the one silly dachshund, when the little ducklings were little tiny baby ducklings, and they were in a water bowl, he was trying to go swimming with them. It's so cute. I can't remember the name of that channel right now, but what was that? Oh, my phone just beeped. My new phone. Thank you, Adam. Yeah, I hope they give it. We want to get our car fixed. You know, the car, just as a parts car, is worth $3,000. Phone. All right, here's Right Side Broadcasting Network, War Room Weekly. Yeah, it just popped up. Let's see what's on my phone here. Oh, 26-year-old surfer killed in shark attack. White House considers more coronavirus aid because you got staffers there getting the coronavirus. Oh, as job picture worsens. Informal talks between Republicans and Democrats what to do in another round of coronavirus relief legislation, while predicting further job losses. Potential aid to states. Food aid to help Americans struggling with hunger. Widespread job losses. Broadband access for those who lack it. Yeah, but guys, people need money. Unemployment rate to 14%. Want to make before we back in and spend it, we do it carefully. We're not going to do things to bail out states or poorly managed. Well, that's California and New York and Illinois. Unemployment rate could rise to north of 20%. Could be 25%, said Mnuchin. This includes people who have lost jobs, who are not seeking unemployment, people who are underemployed. And White House is pushing for a payroll tax cut, and that was stupid, because if you're not working, what good's a payroll tax cut to you? And United States will need more tests for schools can reopen, and they will need 300 million vaccines by the end of 2020, and they don't know if they can reach that. So, but not a damn one of them say individual payments to anybody. It's like they get in front of a vampire. They got no cross, they got no holy water, they got no stake, and they got no mallet. They're terrified. Yeah, it's like the other third rail of American politics talking about UFOs and the paranormal. So that's a taboo subject. I'm for it. Yeah, well, the Senate Republican, if I were running this country, I'd go to the Senate and the House and say, we're going to take your limousines away, your gymnasium away, your free haircuts, your $225,000 month annual salary for the Speaker of the House and the Senate Majority Leader, and the whips get about $150,000, I think. I saw the figures the other day, so I probably got them wrong, but I know the other ones are correct. And we're going to have you live on $942 a month, or we're going to have you live only on food stamps. Well, the problem is, if he freezes rent and mortgage payments, how are the landlords going to pay their mortgage payments? They can't go to the title company. I'm sorry, I can't pay my mortgage payment because the governor has frozen my ability to charge rents. Even this building is owned by the county. You still got to pay rent. The county has to maintain the building. And the guy who does the maintenance here, he doesn't have the truck. Garbage and junk is piling up downstairs because the truck they normally haul stuff to the dump is broken. Well, that's that proposal to give everybody free rent, but it's a sneaky way to actually confiscate the property from landlords and turn it into Section 8 property. And a lot of people, like in Antioch, they don't want Section 8 renters. A lot of them are drug users. A lot of them trash the Section 8 buildings. A lot of neighborhoods don't want Section 8 renters. Many Section 8 renters are fine. They don't cause any problems, but a certain percentage have given the whole program a bad name. Yeah, Senator Kennedy with his people in hell want a cold glass of water, Republican. Total jerk, not the word I want to use. Now, these people they've forgotten one fundamental thing. They work for us. It's not the other way around. We don't work for them. They are our representatives. They're supposed to have everybody's interests at heart, and all they think about is, well, we can't do this because it might increase the deficit. Well, people are starving, people are broke, people have no jobs, children are starving, and people are sick and dying. Yeah, somebody did a great comment today, and Meet Kevin, they said, Take away Congress' salary for a year. Don't pay them. Let them see what it's like to go without a salary. Now, a lot of them are rich. They don't care about a salary. Nancy Pelosi, Dianne Feinstein, Barbara Boxer, probably Bernie Sanders. Anybody named Kennedy is probably rich. So they're not going to be hurt. If you took away their salary, they would be like a nickel to us or a dollar. But take away their limos, their free gymnasium, their perks, their contributions to their pension fund, their free medical care. They get free medical care, dental care, eye care. Take all that stuff away for the duration of the coronavirus. So they get to suffer like everybody else. There'd be a change in it. I'd make them all take the bus after the coronavirus. Take the bus for 6 months. Well, they might get beat up on or something, but take away limousines. I don't see my DC ride around a limousine. They ain't with the government. Yeah, that's another thing. Could be a wave of evictions. I'm certain there are people making comments all the time. I can't pay my bills. I can't pay my rent. I lost my job. And yet these tight-fisted A-word Republicans, oh no, we can't have another stimulus to the people. But they gave a whole bunch of money already to the airlines that would have become bankrupt. United pawned all their airplanes, or a lot of them. Do we need Delta and United and Southwest? Do we need 3 national airlines? No. Can live with 2. Nobody is required to fly, you know. Mm-hmm. Well, I know Nancy Pelosi. Not well. My mother knew her. And if I get my next if we get another stimulus check, I want Nancy to drive over from San Francisco and bring me her gourmet ice cream and her gourmet chocolate and hand me my gourmet stimulus check. You know, it's only 33 miles. It would only take her an hour to take time out of her busy schedule of eating ice cream with one hand and chocolate with the other. She could deliver my check. So these people have no idea what it's like to work for a living or to live on SSI or Social Security or veterans pension or a pension or be disabled because they've never worked. Bernie Sanders said he never worked for 40 years. Yet somehow he got 5 houses. Now you tell me, how did he get 5 houses? Were they donated? Did he steal them? Did he do some corruption to get all the money to? I couldn't get a tough shed. Not that anybody would give me the money for it, but I couldn't go to Home Depot and get a tough shed. But he owns 5 houses. Guy who had no money. Yeah. I don't see nobody paying leases and Grandpa Sheba and Muffy mortgage. No one's paying their, unless the house is paid for, God willing. Or Lucky Farrell's. She needs ant control. She gets ants all the time. She tells one of the cats, "You're in charge of the bugs. Tell the bugs not to come in here." It's so funny. She goes out of town before Corona. She would tell one cat to watch the house, and you're in charge of making sure the other kitties are nice and all of that. Had to stand in line to get in the Home Depot. Well, I expect that happens all over the place. Don't have to do it Safeway yet. But you had to stay in line to go to the bank. And it still blows my mind. You got an ATM, you can get money out of the ATM. Beep, 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 beep. But you can't put money in the bank with cash. I mean, they could have a way to dip the cash in or spray the cash. They do. Their hands sterilizing everything else. Surprised they don't have a foot bath. You take your shoes and socks off, you dip your shoes and socks in the foot bath, and you dip you in the foot bath, and they hose you down with Purell. I don't know. It depends if depends. Look, here's the problem. If you get corona, you pass it on to two people, they pass it on to two people, it's exponential. If we have a huge wave of new cases when, like Georgia just opened up, Florida talking about opening up, we get a huge wave of sickness, they're going to give us a check. Yeah, so far, there have been robbers with masks, but so far, as far as I know, nobody's robbed a bank with a mask. I think one guy may have. I'm still tempted. I'm still tempted to wear one of my masks into Safeway. They'd probably tell me someone would freak out. Oh, it's gonna be infected. Why would you do something stupid thing like that? I watched John Wayne where they Big Jake, where these nine criminals, brigands, bandits, whatever you want to call them, they came. They weren't masked, but they came in and killed a bunch of people and all that. So, um, isn't that funny? We have laws in states forbidding masks in public, and yet now everybody's wearing masks. Yeah, well, the Democrats are pushing for mail ballot. That's ripe with potential for fraud. They already do that without ballot by mail. They don't want you to show ID for ballots either. So, I wonder where Zoa is. She sent me the wonderful kitty mask. That don't quite fit my ears. I need to get like a Zorro or a Green Lantern mask or something. You put that over my eyes too. Yeah, you might be right. Someone would see me. I need the whole outfit though. I got to get the green wig too. Get the green wig, put the green wig on, put the green mask on. I need green gloves and a green super extra large outfit. Go in there as the green alien. Then if someone would attack me, they would think I was the Green Goblin from Spider Man. I'd probably be beaten up or something. Little Richard was nice. He was fun to watch. He was fun to listen to, but it's not my thing. I'm not against him. He was out. He could be outrageous, and he could be fun to watch. So he was on a lot of talk shows. I'd watch him. He was fun to listen to. Sorry, he's gone. We're losing too many. They haven't said the cause of death, but we're losing too many artists to this virus. Too many country and western and television people and actors and actresses, and you know, he was gay. He was gay. That I forget who it was. Stevie Wonder or something said he stopped being gay, and but I don't care if they're gay. I just don't like everybody telling me they're gay. What does that do? Saying you're gay? Gay pride is fine, but does that make you any better or worse than anybody else? If you emphasize that someone's black, you get criticized for saying they're black. Well, that's what they are. I don't care what they do in the bedroom. I just don't want to hear about it when they're out of the bedroom. Oh, he died of bone cancer. Horrible way to go. Horrible way to go. Very sorry to hear that. I'm surprised because Art Bell took what 2 months to release his autopsy. How did they know? Well, there are guys in jail that say they're gay, but remember, there are women that were married, they get divorced, and suddenly they're like magic lesbians too. They hate all men. They have children. They suddenly become magic lesbians. I call them because they weren't lesbian before. Some of them have 3 and 4 children, but suddenly they get mad at the man and they're instant lesbians. How do you become the instant lesbian? You were married for 8 years, 10 years, 12 years, and suddenly you become a very angry woman and a lesbian. You're just an angry divorcee. That makes no sense to me. I get mad at Kathy one day. We break up. I'm gonna become gay. I don't think so. Yeah, but why did they stay so long in the relationship if they hated men? Yeah, yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I always wanted to see them. I love the tigers and the lions. Don't know if they had any bears to go with the tigers, lions, and bears. Oh my! But there's a statue of Roy, I think, out on the strip. I don't think they changed because of the hate. You either know you're, oh, good God, I hid in my game and I'm being scouted. Well, I'm screwed. I have no. You have to have a shield. I don't have a shield, so I hid at the most advantageous place I could consider to find, and I'm still being hit. I'm probably going to quit that position. Stick with the game I like, where I'm safer and not aggravated. Then the question is, are you born gay or are you born straight or is it biological or whatever? Yeah, many of them do. Well, you know what? Some women, they get tired of all the harassment too. They get tired of guys hitting up on them or they have one bad relationship. I mean, my first girlfriend as an adult was probably murdered by her abusive husband. She escaped him, but she couldn't escape being in the same city. He probably tracked her down. So we will probably get a vaccine by hopefully September. But if they have to have 300 million units, make them stop doing ventilators and make them start making vaccines at GM and Ford and Chrysler. And what about that nut Tesla now? He's mad that they shut down his. He's mad they shut down his plant, and he wants to move out of California. But that guy's a nut. He's selling all his houses. He's got a girlfriend with a weird name for a new baby. He's weird. I'll take the vaccine. I have, you see me blowing my nose. I have sinus infection I can't get rid of because I'm allergic to grass. I get constant sinus infections. There's a lawn underneath my apartment, so I'm always sick. And I have asthma and COPD, even though I didn't have a sinus infection. I'm prone to bronchitis. So if I get corona, I'm dead. More walking around videos. Where would I walk to? I think the I think the Zodiac killer is long dead. I mean, he'd have to be pretty old by now. Probably died in prison or mental institution. And I'm not the Zodiac killer. He did his first killing. I was 16, living in Las Vegas, and did not know how to drive. And the accounts are all there that he drove to the scene of Lake Berryessa. So, with the haters said I was a Zodiac killer, the silliest thing I ever said about me, other than my being a con man. Oh yeah, I'm living in a lap luxury here with all the clutter. I got half my kitchen floor to clean up, so I can get to the kitchen floor and clean the kitchen floor. But I'm the Zodiac killer and a con man. If I don't have a will, it would all probably go in the dumpster. I'm going to try to put some money aside so that all the paranormal books could be shipped to my friend Justin. Oh, this guy Phil, he just said, I saw part of your video, won't bother you anymore. He nagged me to be unblocked, and now he won't come into chat. What the hell is that? Well, it's speculation. What happened to Jack the Ripper? What happened to D.B. Cooper? which every once in a while, Coast to Coast does another show. D.B. Cooper and people lost in the forest with D.B. Cooper. With Bigfoot. How come it's ever a small foot? You ever notice that? Always Bigfoot. Discrimination against small, hairy creatures that live in the forest. You ever hear about them? But they caught some of these people like John Wayne Gacy and um, what the hell was his name? They executed him, serial killer. But and the Green River Killer. Nori needs to retire. He's never going to retire. They'll stuff him and put an automated mouth in him, and he'll keep talking. He won't retire. No, I do not have a love child. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm going to remove that comment. I do not, and have not had any children, ever. And Kathy had a hysterectomy. She can't have children. Remember, when I grew up in California, we had Republican governors, Republican mayors of Oakland and San Francisco and L.A. It wasn't until late in the 60s we started having liberal Democratic mayors who turned the cities after 60 years into hellholes. So, San Francisco is now giving out free pot, free booze, probably free drugs to homeless in hotel rooms. I told Kathy that. She said, "Where do I sign up for the free pot, the free booze?" Oh, I think George Knapp will be. What's wrong with my screen? Oh, my mouse cursor is covering up the chat. I thought I had a bug in the screen. George Knapp, but the problem is George Knapp works at Channel 8 in Las Vegas, KLAS. That's his full-time job. He does the weekend, but I don't think he has said he doesn't want to go full-time. I've made the offer to George. I'm willing to work the weekends, but he won't consider it. I think he feels threatened. I'm not super popular. I sure as hell won't try to sing. She did it one time. It's with a K, by the way. But she doesn't anymore. It was partly a joke. I want free gourmet ice cream. I'm locked up like the homeless. I want free gourmet Nancy Pelosi candy. Yeah, I'll offer $1. I'll go as high as $2. As long as they provide all the equipment. I would do a podcast live if I had the equipment in here. Someone else wants to give it to me and show me how to operate it. And then I'd have to have maybe another cell phone if people call in, but I'd get all the trolls. You know that there'd be like 25 minutes of troll calls. Some nurses are stepping away from their jobs because they're not given protective gear. Now, what the hell is that all about? Cheap bastards at hospitals. Yeah, I'll leave that alone, Janice. That's the way you worded that. I'll hide that comment. Thank you. But I would have munchies when I smoked pot in the 70s, too. I couldn't afford it, so... You know, if everybody would donate to this channel, I could buy my land in the desert, build my complex. And hi, this is George Senda from the low desert in Nevada. Deep in the American Southwest somewhere. And welcome to Midnight in the Desert. As soon as I figure out what part of the desert I'm in. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now there's an imposter of Jason Callan. See? I worked for years, schmuck, before you were even born. All right, he's gone. You know, people get a job. I'm 68 years old. What am I supposed to work till I'm 90 and I'm drooling all over the carpet? Come on. Get off my back. See, guy comes in, oh, the Legion. And it's probably the same guy or a different guy. I thought Jason Gallen was a Callan. We talked for an hour on the phone. I thought he was pretty decent. If it really is him, he's the real jerk. And the A word. I am physically disabled. Hey, this came out of the drawer like that. This is a clean shirt. I don't know how to iron. Would you care to come over here and teach me? If I could put the ironing board somewhere? My mother did my ironing when I grew up. I don't know how to iron. I'd probably burn the hell out of it. I'd probably burn the building down. I don't know. I don't care what I do with the laundry either. I can put something in, and no matter what I do, it comes out wrinkled. So there must be a trick to it that I haven't learned. The secret mystic Mayan laundry secrets or something. 'Cause I don't know. I don't know how to do that, and if I did do that, nobody would subscribe anyway. Because I have a bunch of people that wouldn't give me, they wouldn't spend, if we still had payphones, they wouldn't spend a dime to call the operator to get me help. They're cheap. All right, you're gone. Hold on. Time out. If you say anything like that again, you're gone. I don't find that funny at all. That's another troll comment. Well, the problem is I go down to the dryer and it's like 45 minutes or 60 minutes because I got things that won't dry, like towels and socks. Microwave my clothes in a cup of water. I ain't doing that in my microwave. It would incinerate them. My microwave cooks really hot for some reason. Why anybody thinks it's funny to have a 60-year-old man post pictures of himself in the nude is beyond me. That's sick. It's also senior abuse. I haven't lately, but I have. It's Abram, by the way. Because they're jerks. They're the A word. They're trolls. Why do you think they harass me? Yeah, but my microwave tends to splatter food. I have to clean the microwave out, and I put something in for 3 minutes, and it splatters all over the microwave, and it's also red hot. So, and people are obsessed by not working. If when I worked for a living, the trolls attacked me for the kind of job I had. When I didn't work for a living, they attacked me because I'm unable to work. And they act as if the money comes out of their wallets. You know, oh, I've had them literally say this repeatedly. Their money comes out of my wallet, out of my paycheck personally. Oh, really? The IRS goes in. Let's see. Oh my God, I got money in here. Holy cow. I have $4 in the wallet. I had no idea. Look at that. Hello, Christopher. Yeah, Jordan would probably say that I need, and Jason Callan, I'm taking money out of their tax dollars. IRS flags them. Well, send this to George Senda. No, I think next year we'll have a virus. We'll have a vaccine. We will not have this virus. They might even come up with an antibody and a cure. Well, the problem is, I have seen 4 different people with that Jason Callan symbol. That may not be Jason Callan. I think if it is Jason Callan, it's an insecurity. I never talk about the guy unless some jerk comes in here and mentions Jason Callan or his Legion. And at one point, he only had like 7 or 5 or 600 subscribers, which is technically not a legion. Under if you the ancient Roman armies, you had to have 900 or 1,000. You had to have more than 900 men to be a legion. So there is no such thing as Jason, or there was Jason Callan's Legion. And some of his videos were getting 50 views at one time. Hardly what I would call a legion of fans. And he copied stuff I did. I did eating videos. He did eating videos. I did live going to somewhere and filming it. He had to get in his car and go film it. Oh yeah, it's 9,000. Yeah, well, do I care? No. Do I pay attention to him? No. But many of his legions, and he even supposedly on a video told his trolls to leave me alone. They won't stop. And he has many of the evil website members as members and fans. So he has trolls supporting him. Pfizer and 2 other companies have been approved for live human testing of the virus, of the vaccine. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm going to keep saying virus instead of vaccine. I'm coronavirus out. If we could have a week off where we don't hear a word about anything, testing, lockdowns, opening up, jobs. But Mnuchin was interviewed by Chris Wallace on Fox. Oh, we're going to have a great economy. Everything's going to be wonderful, and the Wizard of Oz will give you a free cookie. You know, he was touting himself and Trump like he was rooting. I'm surprised they didn't pull out a pair of pom-poms and had a T sweater, a varsity sweater. Trump, 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 Trump. And when he wouldn't say Trump, Mnuchin, Mnuchin, Mnuchin. Look at me, look at me, look at me. It was ridiculous. They don't know if it's going to be a roaring economy. It could be a dead cat economy. With apologies to Cat, you're real housewife of Chris Cuomo. Well, he's got the coronavirus, so he got exposed. I think he's recovering. But I'm tired of hearing about the coronavirus. I'm tired of hearing about all this stuff. Only thing I want to hear is they got a vaccine. I'm tired of hearing the conspiracy nuts saying that Bill Gates is going to make you take the virus. It's all going to be mandatory. He owns a patent. It's for population control and all this conspiratorial crap. Oh, here we go. Debates are months away. Look how unprepared Biden is. This thing has popped on my screen. Tom Hanks probably has all the money in the world to get the best medical care there is. Whereas nursing homes, people are getting the virus and dying. I got nothing against Tom Hanks. Or his wife. But there was a call in the LA Times by one commentary, let's abandon this light train to nowhere that they're $34 billion over budget. I don't know who Sandy Hanks is. Never heard of Sandy Hanks. Or Seymour Handkerchief or something. I don't know. People like the Jason Callan person come here to disrupt my channel. That's the whole point of coming here. They're not coming here to comment. They're not coming here to ask a legitimate question. It's like the reporters that attack Trump. They're not real reporters. They're shock reporters. They come in to harass the president, and he won't put up with their crap. Neither will I. No, I don't know the Hanks family. Never met Tom Hanks. I really don't know. I didn't even know he's on Australia. He was doing a movie. Like, it's not like he's on the radio. Let's see, things to do today. Call Tom Hanks. Just find out where he is. Ask him for cat food. I mean, I'm not. I don't know anything about Tom Hanks. I watch his movies. I've enjoyed the ones I've seen. I did not see the Green Mile or the Green whatever it was, Green Thing of Doom Stephen King movie. He was in Catch Me If You Can. I watched part of Saving Private Ryan. I think he was in that. I watched his first thing he did, the Bosom Buddies show. That was funny. Well, it's great. If he does that, more power to him. But he's not on my radar of guys. Oh, and he did Dragnet, which is a film that failed, but I thought he was great as the nephew of Joe Friday. He did a perfect Jack Webb. But the movie was too weird to make money. Oh, you know what? Fauci is now self-quarantining himself. I don't know if you read that today. And one other guy is doing the same. They had aides to Ivanka Trump. They had Trump's manservant dresser. They had an aide to Pence. Trump goes to a mask factory in Texas not wearing a mask, saying it would not look right and I would be embarrassed and I'd look stupid. Yeah, you get a chance to get a disease. You're president of the United States. I'd smack him one. Put your mask on, Mr. President. We need you. You don't have the right to risk yourself. Fauci needs to retreat back to the Lollipop Guild. And the Lollipop Guild would kick him out. And you're insulting Shemp. The Stooges will not tolerate being in the same family with Fauci. I don't trust that Bricks person either. Where is everybody? I don't understand something. I've got 1,789 subscribers. I do a video, there's 8 people in chat, and when the video is over, there's 250 people that watch this video, and I'm going like, I don't get it. Where are they when I'm talking? They watch me when I'm not talking. Is that the secret to success on this channel? I have to not talk to get watched? This puzzles the hell out of me. I look at my live videos, they got 195 views, 250 views. No, I don't do that because YouTube will demonetize me. Billy Barney, you're cooking with all cylinders here. Burners, that's funny. Billy Barney would come back and kick you in the shins for that. I'm not gonna sing. Look, I got a package today, and I had things I had to do today other than this broadcast. And also, when I sat here the other day and did 2 live broadcasts, I was in physical pain for 2 days. Was sitting in this chair, sitting in one spot without moving for 4 hours. This takes its toll upon me. Okay. I am interesting to many people, so stop it. You're acting like another troll. If you don't like what I do, leave. I'm not here for your personal approval. I'm here to talk to my subscribers and the viewers that like coming in and see me. I'm not going to sing. I'm too overweight and too physically messed up to dance. I was sitting here the other night, not live, and my right foot went numb. I couldn't put any weight on it. And 2 days ago, my right knee, because I had to climb into the bus in the back door, I couldn't walk on my knee for 2 days. That's another reason I'm not doing scheduled broadcast. What do you think I am, CNN? CBS? And now it's CBS at 8 a.m. George Senda will be on the air live. Watch for it. And now back to CBS in the morning where we have a cooking show. I don't know when I'm going to come on. Now, I've done non-live broadcasts. The minute I get something in the mail, I open it up and I do Burgh unboxing. It also depends if I'm feeling well. No, I don't listen to NPR. They're a leftist government-funded leftist news organization. And also, when I've listened to Pacific Radio, rarely, or NPR radio or NPR TV, their voices drone and they put me to sleep. It's like, they always talk like, what do they say? I can't hear him. I don't listen to that stuff. Before they were anti-Trump, they were anti-Bush. So I think a lot of this hatred of me is that I'm a conservative. They think I should be a liberal because I get government benefits. I would love to get off government benefits. I don't want to go to work, though. I want to find a way to make money and not have to go to work for a living. Because I can't anymore, physically. And there's days I wake up with screaming migraines that last for 18 hours, and I wake up with knee pain. I can't get out of bed. I have to pack my knee in ice or ice packs. Or the other things happened in the last couple of days. This hand goes completely numb or it starts hurting. I have a torn right rotator cuff and it radiates down my arm. I never know what's going to hurt. But to act as if I should go to work just because they disapprove of the fact that I ain't going to work is BS. No. China hasn't taken credit for their underreporting this stuff and hiding stuff. Why would they would not gonna admit it? They would lose face for one thing. They're arrogant. Japan has not admitted complicity for starting World War II on the Pacific. To this day, they've not apologized to the people they murdered and raped. And in their own history classes, they barely mention the war. They still feel it was justified. They won't say it. The Chinese won't admit to anything. I'm surprised they admitted there was a virus at all. Oh, what? No, it didn't come from us. Must have been your chickens. Your biolab. It wasn't our biolab. We don't have a biolab. We haven't even heard of the word biolab. I don't know. If we wind up with 30% unemployment, that might be another story. If this thing, let's say Nevada's opened up, they opened up the antique stores, and they're opening up now, and Georgia and Florida. What if we get a whole wave of, we don't know what's going to happen. Nobody knows. And nobody knows if the heat, it's 100 degrees in Nevada right now, in Las Vegas. No, I don't think you're going to go to war. Trump isn't going to go to war. He would be convicted. The Democrats would re-impeach him, and he would probably be convicted by the Republicans. What are we going to do? Send the 7th Fleet over there and launch nukes at them and cruise missiles? They'd throw him out of office. Wouldn't even wait for the election. Saying Republicans wouldn't put. Remember, there's a lot of anti-Trumper Republicans in the Senate. Never Trumpers. Like Mitt Romney. You're cruel. I think I listened to Nutcase Nancy. They'd probably say only if you send a $13 a pint gourmet ice cream and the gourmet chocolate in the Easter basket. They want the Easter basket. and they'd ask for free freezers. I haven't talked to Kathy about it. She's mad about it, but I haven't talked to her about it. No, I won't allow that. Don't leave obscenities in comments. We're already seeing people protesting all over the country. I forget where I saw it on Fox or somewhere. There were a bunch of people. A lot of them weren't masked. They were all crowded together with no social distancing. They were in camo outfits and women in shirts, and they had signs. They're protesting being locked down now. People are not, if you imprison someone, I mean a criminal or a prisoner of war, we are not a species that's designed to stay cooped up for too long because we go crazy. We love our freedom. We're also a social animal, not social distancing. We're not a social distancing animal. And that's a horrible term. I don't know who came up with that. I'd like to boot them one. That should be social undistancing or something like that. Imagine if you're sitting in Chicago or St. Louis or Detroit where they have blackouts and brownouts because of the heat and it's 110 degrees and you're not allowed to go out. You're going to have people dying in droves. They have old people dying. They normally have cooling centers. Well, if you're still on lockdown, you ain't got no cooling center to go to. You're going to die. You won't die from the coronavirus. I would go to John Muir in Walnut Creek, but you have to make an appointment to even be tested first. So unless I really had severe symptoms, then they'd probably have me go in an ambulance. But I'm trying to keep myself as safe as possible. I still got to get food. I don't have the money to go get Whole Foods all the time. Wish I did. And if people had donated for the last 8 years, I'd have my land, I'd have a greenhouse, I'd be growing a lot of my stuff myself. There would be not as great need to go out and get food. I don't know. I haven't looked lately. Oh, you mean at the hospital there? I don't know. I didn't look. I'm sure they had some. But I didn't see any evidence of any corona patients and everything, and I didn't ask. Don't ask, don't tell. All right. I've got 4,000 videos. Let's take half. 2,000 videos, $1 per viewer. I got 1 million views. Do the math. I may not get it. You're assuming I'm going to get it. I'm staying away from people as much as I can. Christopher, you're killing me. Under Cuomo, it's like Italian Jerry Lewis. Oh my God, that's terrible. Oh, I'm okay. YouTube's analytics are off. They've been off for months now. The last time I looked, there were 3 days missing. I'm at 960,000 right now, but with the views they're missing, plus they've screwed up views. They've lost whole weeks of views. I'm probably well over 1 million views by now. If everybody who's ever watched a video would have given me $1.30 to take the 30 cents that Super Chat takes out, I'd have $1 million right now. Think about that. 1 million views, $1 million. I'd have my land. You wouldn't be seeing me sitting here. I'd have my container complex. I'd have a pool. I'd have a hot tub. You'd have the guy from Pittsburgh hot tub party or the pool party, or you'd have me in my air-conditioned house. And I would have had a studio by now. I would have had phone call-ins. I'd have live phone call-ins. Would have had a producer to block the trolls. I would have had guests. But because people don't want to donate to me for whatever reason, I don't have any of that. I should. Other people make a lot of money. And I'm not talking about money is end all be all, but to buy equipment and do certain things, you got to have money. I can't go down. I can't go to the broadcasting supply house online and order a. I can't begins with a B. They do mixers. I can't a Behringer mixer. That might cost $2,000. They're not going to give me one for free. Who would I appoint? You have to. It has to be someone that's going to be on every broadcast. Now, a lot of my subscribers work for a living, or they used to. And since they don't know when to come on, when are they going to know? They get notified. I don't know how anybody knows. I assume everybody gets notified that I'm going to be on when I come on the air. It has to be somebody I personally know. I'm not going to take some anonymous person to be my monitor. They could be a troll. I have only met one person that I know for sure watches my videos, and that's Amram. Now, I have some really trusted friends online that I've talked on the phone, that have donated to me, that have sent me stuff, that are close friends, but I've never met them. And Abram's not going to do it. He's locked down this house, and madder than hell, he's locked down this house with his cat. Trolls are angry people that have never grown up. They're angry at the world. They're angry at everybody else. For whatever reason, they find justification also to be mean. They're mean-spirited people. In a perfect world, they'd be taken out, put in the stocks, be tarred and feathered, and run out of town on the rail. Or they'd be hung. I don't think you get a lot of trolling in places like Malaysia or Saudi Arabia. They take in, either they put you in jail or they execute you. They don't put up with that stuff. You don't see that happening in communist Vietnam or communist China, except for the protesters, or Cuba. Don't hear any of the online trolls in Cuba. Okay, Janice, you've been making these comments. Please don't. I'm putting you in a timeout. I've told you about this. I don't want disgusting comments in this channel. This is your final warning. I enjoy your comments, but you don't need to make comments like that. I try to keep this a clean channel as much as I can. I could say something right now. It occurred to me, but I'm not going to. Let's just say inadequate childhood rearing. No pun intended. Think about what I'm saying. They weren't trained well enough by their parents. And by the way, this is water. That's all it is. It's not like people come in the other day. Are you drinking vodka? First of all, vodka straight. Yeah. Ooh. So. They'd be a little difficult, and I won't put up with people who make immature comments, troll comments, scatological comments, rude comments, sexual comments, or comments that attack me. And there was no internet when I was a kid in 1952. So you're being ridiculous. All right? And you don't have to attack my parents either. I have enough issues. I had enough issues with my parents when they were alive. So I'll consider that a removal comment. That's rude. This is my channel. That is an attack comment. No, you weren't. You were addressing that to me. Did your parents To me, that says about me. If it's not about me, then you need to think about what you're writing first. My mother, she didn't have any clue what I was doing on the internet when she was alive. Except that the trolls called her up one day on the phone. Her phone was listed in the phone book for over 30 years, maybe longer, I don't remember. They told her I listened to Rush Limbaugh and I watched Fox News, and she went nuts because she was a lifelong FDR Democrat. And she told me on the phone she would not talk to me for the rest of my life. That lasted about 2 months because it drove her nuts not knowing what I was doing. For about a year, we didn't talk. And for part of that year, I had pneumonia. And for part of that time with pneumonia, I used to take my mother's credit card payments to Bank of America. And she goes to Pittsburgh to visit my sister and my nieces and my nephew and my brother-in-law and everybody else. Takes them all to dinner at this restaurant, I think 9, 10, 12 people. Pulls out, they didn't have Bank America Visa then, they just had Bank AmeriCard. This is back in the 90s. And she takes them all out to dinner, and her card's got a $9,000 limit. She owes no money on it. It's declined. And she goes nuts. And my sister called me and said, "What did you do to your mother's card?" I said, "Nothing. I've got pneumonia. I'm sick. I'm going to the doctor in San Francisco 3 times a week, crawling down the hill. I could barely walk or breathe, getting oxygen treatments, which younger doctors won't do. I still was in bed for a year. And it turned out there was a ring at Bank of America. They were paying the tellers. I'll address that in a minute. They were paying the tellers to run an extra charge slip and give them the number. And they were giving the tellers like $75 per charge slip. And who they were targeting is accounts with huge credit limits but with no balances. And I had the clipping before I lost my storage of the ring that was arrested. It was a Filipino ring. It was not racist, what they were. And they were doing it all over California, but particularly in the Bay Area. And they were doing things like they would go to a Chevron dealer and they would buy 54 tires or 75 batteries. I didn't even want to drive then at one point. So, or I didn't have a license, or I didn't have a car, but I'm sick as a dog. And I told my sister and my mother, I said, I've been in bed. I haven't left the house except to go to the doctor. And I pick up groceries on the way home and crawl up the 4 blocks uphill to my apartment. And I never got an apology from my sister or my mother for thinking that I would do something like that, because I wouldn't. I wouldn't charge $9,000 on a card. And I didn't have her card. I didn't have her card number. Now, my mother, Kathy, criticized my mother criticized Kathy for years. It finally, when Kathy and I both sat down and said, look, you're going to have to accept the fact that George and I are a couple, and we're going to be a couple till we die. My mother finally knocked off the criticism. I'm not going to repeat some of the things my mother called Kathy. I love Kathy very much. We have our issues and we've had our problems and we have had our little fights like all couples do. We always get together again because we love each other. And anyone who thinks I'm abusing her is crazy. I love my Kathy. She's my sweetie. And I miss her very much. And I said, are you going to come over sometime this month? He said, I hope so. I give her a purse. One time I was at my mother's and I lost 26 pounds in a month. And my mother said a very nasty thing and I went ballistic at her. I started screaming at her for an hour. My mother started laughing at me. And I stomped out and Kathy was sitting there. My mother said, are you going to stay? And she said, are you crazy? You just gave my boyfriend a ration of crap for an hour. Yeah, except we drive a Prius that normally you can practically drive their tanks. You can drive them without, almost without maintenance, but we've gotten some bad ones out of the 6 ones we've had. As for the other comment, I will not address that. Thank you. Um, I would rather you reworded that too, but that's rather sexist, I think. But it is true in its sense. But I'm sure women have problems with us too. You have to be fair to go to the other side. We're not exactly easy to live with either at times. Of course, I'm perfect. There's no issue. It's all Kathy's insecurities. There's nothing wrong with me except my physical issues and the fact that I'm poor. But I'm just about perfect. Look at this perfectly manly specimen you see before you. Yeah, the wrath of Kathy. She gets really mad at me. Usually she hangs up and calls me something. She doesn't have one habit I can't stand though. I asked somebody who knows me on the phone today, what is the deal with this? I have not seen a particular person I was seeing. I had a relationship. Kathy broke up with me and she moved out. And there was someone else involved with it. And then Kathy moved back in, and the person came by the house and saw Kathy, and George is not here, and the person never came back. And I found her about 4 years ago on the internet. Found out where she was, and we talked on the phone and an email. And then I didn't see that woman again. And then I got involved with someone else who was also involved with someone else. I've had that happen twice now. And she was torn between the other person and me, and she moved back east. And Kathy keeps throwing up her name all the time at me. And it was a totally different relationship with that person and with Kathy. We never fought. There were times we'd be in the truck together. We didn't talk. We just looked out the road. We didn't have to talk. We just were enjoying being with each other. And Kathy didn't like the fact I went to bed with the woman. So it's like, I was a Democrat before I became a Ronald Reagan fan. I voted for Jimmy Carter, much to my disgust. I didn't know any better. And I believed all the lies about Ronald Reagan. I like Ronald Reagan very much. But the one thing about Ronald Reagan he did that he should be commended for, if not, well, the two things he did. Mr. Gorbachev tear down this wall. He and Margaret Thatcher destroyed the Soviet Union and released thousands from oppression and bondage and death. And when he got in office, he had his first cabinet meeting, and he said, I want this inflation stopped today. We had 21% inflation under Jimmy Carter. I worked in exchange for food at a small corner grocery store and liquor store in San Francisco. And one day I had to clean all the shelves, and I cleaned the whole basement out, and they gave me actual cash. And I was pricing everything after I cleaned the counter. And some of those shelves hadn't been cleaned in years. I mean, I think there was dirt from like World War II or things. I found an air raid helmet from World War II in the basement. Store had been there for years, but different owners. Nobody ever cleaned the basement. I cleaned the whole basement. You talk about dust. I didn't have a mask. I was coughing for days with all the dust down there. And I started pricing everything with the price gun. And I got about a third of the way down. He said, you got to stop. Why? You got to reprice everything. The price went up. And it wasn't him raising the prices. It was suppliers raising the prices up. That's how things were bad under Jimmy Carter. And the interest rate on loans was 20%. The inflation rate was 20%. It was horrible. I may be wrong on loan, bonds and stuff like that, but you couldn't get credit. It may have been 24%. I don't remember. I had to look it up. Jimmy Carter was a terrible president. I have a national malaise. And he let in the Shah. And that's what started the price spike in gasoline. And I think that's what started a lot of terrorism. They got so mad at us about the Shah. And we overthrew the government of Iraq to put the Shah in. Or Iran, I mean. Sorry. Mossadegh got overthrown by the CIA. So, okay, I have to end this because it's 6 o'clock. I need a short nap, and I think it's 6 o'clock. Yeah, it's 6:02, and I need to feed the kitties. So that's it for this one. This is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh. Have a great evening. Stay wet, warm, dry, or cool as the case may be, and stay safe. And I will catch you next time. Thanks for the donation. Thank you for coming in. And I do not wear a purse. This is Kathy, my beloved's purse, and she'll like it. She has two black kitties, Caesar and Cleo, and this will go perfectly. I hope they don't scratch it up. I'm going to tell her to put it somewhere they can't get to it, like in the closet. Where they won't take their claws and use it as a scratching post. Okay, bye-bye for now.